Hello everyone, and welcome to this live in-depth training that's been in the works for a while. We've been leading up to on how to build sustainable habits. When you join, let me know where you're from, what brings you to this training, and let me know what comes up for you when it comes to habits. What is a negative habit that comes up for you that you want to learn how to shift tonight? And remember, the more you connect, the more you write in the comments, the more that I'll be able to help you, and the more you'll be able to tell the universe, God, or whatever you believe in, that this is important to you and help you to get motivated and accountable to actually making changes to achieve what it is you're wanting to release and what it is that you're wanting to work towards as well. So yeah, make sure you come say hi and let me know you're watching live or hashtag replay as well. And I will also put in the comments the link for anyone that hasn't yet downloaded the workbook. You can access it via that link, but you will need to put in your detail, your name and your email address. Then you'll get an email to confirm your prescription. Once you've done that, you'll then get access to the workbook that goes along with this training as well. And I'll also, you would have for those that have signed up, you would have received the email regarding sharing with your social media that you're joining the habits training, just to help other, women out there to learn about the habit training, and also to help us heal as a collective, right? Because we heal as a collective, and who we surround ourselves with, who we spend the most time with, is who we become like. So if you want to help heal the collective, if you want to help heal your life and the people around you that you care about, your family, your friends, your peers, then share this with them. Let them know that they're not alone, and if you believe that this can help them, and also show them that what the work that you're doing and what's helped you to help them also feel comfortable to get this support when they need it as well. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Zoe Jean from Zoe Jean Coaching. So I am an anxiety and mindset coach helping women to heal their anxiety and their mindset from all over the world. So this work's really powerful because I was stuck in chronic stress and anxiety for 14 years, right? And literally nothing was working for me because I was just seeing, countless psychologists and therapists and getting nowhere, because it was only basically, talking about my problems and then in the moment stuff to help, like meditation. It's like I'm so stuck in chronic anxiety, talking about my problems makes me feel worse. I can't meditate because deep breathing and all of that makes me feel worse, and I'm so highly activated in fight or flight that, I can't relax, and it wasn't helping me. So I felt so stuck, so broken, so lost, change wasn't possible. My life was just going to be that way, that I just had to live as an anxious person, and that I just had to live in pain. And I was scared that I was going to die on my deathbed, regretting my life and thinking about what I missed out on and what I didn't achieve, and always, being the odd person out, and always, seeing other people's lives, seeing how perfect their lives looked, and just being miserable that mine wasn't like that, right? And I thought that was just the way my life was going to be. But then when I learned the power of seeing a coach, the power of the subconscious mind work, my life shifted forever. And that's why I'm here where I am today, to help all of you guys. But to not only give you the mindset work that she gave me, to give you everything you need to be able to heal your anxiety and your mindset, right? Giving you the mindset work so you can rewire the programs in your subconscious mind that are controlling you to show up in the anxiety, the stress, the negative thoughts that are causing you to be stuck in the negative habits that you are in, that are causing you to just repeat the same habits and programs over and over again, that are causing you to, self-sabotage yourself, right? You consciously make changes. I bet you do, right? Just think about a time in your life where you've consciously tried to make a change, whether, it's getting up earlier and doing a morning ritual, whether it's eating better, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's talking more positive, but you never seem to be able to keep it up. You eventually fall off the bad wagon and give up and self-sabotage. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And if it does, it's because your subconscious mind is self-sabotaging you. it's bringing you back to what it believes to be true. I don't want to chew your ear off and talk about too much of it, but basically the mindset work is a lot about rewiring the programs in your subconscious mind. And then body connection, right? It's so important to build a deep connection to your body, to understand what feels good for your body and how to connect to your body. So you're able to pick up on the signs and symptoms in the early stages of stress and anxiety and whatever you're going through. So you're able to process your emotions and move forward rather than getting stuck in those bad states of anxiety, stress, which is a negative loop and where it gets worse and worse and worse. Because unless you're able to process it, it very easily starts to get worse and worse over time. And obviously we don't want that, right? We want to be able to pick up on it in the early stages to prevent it, getting really bad, and to prevent it getting overwhelming, and to prevent it being harder and harder to fix. Because the longer anything goes on, right, the harder it is to change. So building that deep connection with your body so you can be healthy, well, understand your body, pick up on the signs and symptoms so you can prevent illness, so you can prevent burnout, so you can build a deep connection with yourself, which will also help you build a deep connection to others, because we all love that love and connection, right? Nervous system regulation, so you can teach your body and mind that it's safe, that you can come back to a place of safety, peace and calm, because safety and peace is at the root of everything. We need safety to survive. That's one of our very basic human needs. So the mindset work helps us to build that safety, that peace, that calm, and also to widen your window of tolerance, right? Because when you're stuck in long states of, stress, anxiety, your window of tolerance gets smaller. I might actually, after this live, put a diagram in the Facebook group so you can see, but we want to be in our window of tolerance, and that's like in the middle. But if you live in, if you're prone to anxiety, high levels of stress and anxiety, you will live up in hyper arousal. So you want down regulation practices, right, to bring you back into your window of tolerance. But say you lived in depression and numbness and a lot of dissociation, then you want up regulation to bring you back into your window of tolerance. And the more you regulate your nervous system and the more work you do on your nervous system, your mind and your body, the wider, the bigger your window of tolerance gets. So the more everyday things you can cope with without it making you spiral out of control. So that's also where the nervous system work is important. And then habits, right, which is what we're talking about now. Habits is also a really big part of my work. Because in order to build sustainable habits, in order to create your dreams, in order to maintain everything you learned, you need to build sustainable habits, because habits make up everything we do in our life, right? So if you want to start to heal your life, if you want to show up in a better way, if you want to regulate your nervous system and apply all the learnings that you make, then you need to build habits regarding that. And you need to work out what the negative habits you're currently doing giving you, because they're giving you a need in a way. They're giving you something. That's why you're doing them. It's working out what that is and how you can get that in a new positive habit, and work out why you're currently not getting it in a positive way that's made you get that need in a negative way. So I hope that all makes sense. And in this training, you're going to learn what your current habits are and which ones are negative. You're going to learn how to start letting go of your negative habits, and you're going to learn how to create new empowering habits as well. So as I guess you know from what I said before, I'm delivering this training because I've been in that low state of chronic stress and anxiety, of thinking that this is my life, that there's no way out, that I'm broken, that I'm lost, that no one understands me, that I'm going to forever be alone, that I'm dumb, that I'm not good enough, that I'm unsafe, that I have to be anxious about everything, and so much more. And I want you to let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. And if so, how long? How long have you been stuck in this state of a bad chronic anxiety, of stress, of not feeling good enough, of identifying as that anxious person? But now let's flick the switch. Now let's flick the switch and focus on actually what you do want. Because we've just pictured your current reality where you're not very happy, where you're miserable, you're stuck in that stress and anxiety, and you're focusing on the negative. If you want to create the life that you want, you need to actually be able to focus on that and create that picture, where a lot of the times we don't, because it just feels impossible. So we're lying to ourselves, so we don't even allow ourselves to think about it. But I want you to really focus on what exactly do you want. Get a clear picture on exactly what you want. What will you be seeing? What will you be hearing? And what will you be feeling? And make it as bright can be. Blow it up big, like a big balloon. Make it really big. Fill up your entire brain, your entire visualization of what you can see, hear, and feel as if you're living it. Make it really, really big, and breathe deeply throughout this and allow whatever comes up to come up. Make there be no limitations here, no limitations. Anything is possible. Just let it all come, let it all out. Whatever comes up, allow it, expand it. And I'd also love to know, where you currently are at on your healing journey. Maybe you're at 1. You're curious, right? You feel there's so much more to life, and there's so much more to living your best life, and there's so much more that habit building work can help you with and can do for you. Maybe you're at 2. You're so ready. You want to create your best life to experience inner peace, happiness, confidence, belief, trust in yourself, and self-love. You really want to create that. Or maybe you're at 3, it's go time. You have committed to investing in yourself. You're committed to starting your healing journey, to doing what it takes, because you know it's possible, and you know that there's only a matter of time before you bring your visions to life, providing you have that support. So let me know in the comments which one of those you're at. If you're at 1, that's totally fine. It can take some time. You will just be curious for a little while and learn a bit more and see if it works, see if it resonates with you, if it's something you feel is helpful. Maybe you feel a little bit unsure. Maybe you've trusted the wrong people in the past. We can all do that at times. It's totally fine. So if you're at 1, feel free to reach out to me, ask any questions that you need, reach out in the Facebook group to everyone, check like my profiles out, my trainings out, and to see what resonates with you and to learn more. And if you're at 2 or 3, that's totally fine as well. Reach out and let me know what number you're at. And if you're ready, I'm so ready to support you, right? The more women I can support to heal, the more we can heal as a collective consciousness, and the more we can help everyone around us to heal, right? Because we become like the people we spend our most time with. So not only heal yourself, but help heal the people around you. And I'll give you an example of how powerful this work really is based on some of my clients' results. So take my client Rachel, for example, who was able to go from the habit of, living off coffee and only having 1 meal a day late at night. As she had that belief that, she had to be really skinny, that she had to look like a model, that she couldn't eat, that she should just drink coffee all throughout the day to fill herself up, and felt that she was able to eat 1 meal per day, to, now being able to eat breakfast every day and to be able to eat when she's hungry and to be able to eat all throughout the day and no longer living off coffee. Or my client Siobhan, right, who was able to make a commitment to, working on her mental health instead of always putting herself last and feeling guilty for making time for herself and for her mental health. So just know, no matter where you currently are, change is possible. Change is possible. You just have to believe it's possible and find the right support for you. Okay, so let's get into it. So do you know what habits actually are, right? Do you actually know what a habit is? A habit is anything, that we do repetitively. Habits are a source of a ritual that we perform automatically. And they allow us to they allow us to complete everyday tasks and essential tasks such as, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, getting dressed to work. And we follow the same routines every day without even thinking about them, because they've become an unconscious habit that we can do without thinking about it. And this is a smart thing that our brain does, right? It does it does it to free up other space for more complex problems and tasks that we need to think about, right? By making our habits be quite simple and unconscious, where we don't have to use brain power to do it because we just remember how to do it. And we have habits that we activate 100 habits every day, and these habits can be divided into 3 groups, right? The first group are the habits that we simply don't notice because they've been part of our life forever, like brushing our teeth, taking a shower, tying our shoes up, getting dressed. The second habits are good for us, and which we work hard to establish, like exercising, eating well, getting enough sleep, having a job. And the final group are habits that are bad for us, like smoking, procrastination, overeating, drugs, negative self-talk, controlling situations, which is a big part of anxiety. And seeing that a lot of our habits are unconscious, this is why it can make it so hard to change and sometimes feel impossible, as we aren't even aware of what is stopping us from building that new habit. This is why it's so hard, because so much of it's unconscious. So you're not able to make the changes unless you do the unconscious subconscious mind work, because otherwise, you're only working with your conscious mind. So when we are unaware of our habits, this is what causes us, to stay stuck so long. And this is what causes us to feel that, change is impossible when it's not impossible. You just have to make that first step. And the more you do that new habit, when you rewire the programs in subconscious mind, it slowly gets easier and easier. Everything's like a muscle, right? The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So the longer you stay in anxiety and in a negative belief or in a negative habit or whatever it is, the more you talk poorly to yourself, the stronger that habit gets. So it's never too late to change, don't get me wrong, but obviously the sooner you start, the better it is, the easier it is. So I want you to let me know, like, what are your current habits? What are your current habits that you are actually aware of? I'd love for you to kind of jot some of these down in your workbook and a piece of paper near you, or even just think about it now. Let me know in the comments as well if you feel up for it. I'd love for you to share. Let's get it out there. Let's just be aware of what our regular habits are, and to also comment in the comments box so you can see that you're not alone. A lot of us have the same regular habits. And out of those regular habits, which ones are positive? Which of your habits are positive? And which of your habits are negative? Just take your time here to write down whatever habits come up for you that you do regularly. Take your time to think about it. Maybe scan throughout your day from like what you do first thing in the morning throughout the day all the way to bed, because that can help you remember what type of habits, what some of your habits are, because a lot of the time otherwise you don't remember, right? Because it's just so unconscious. So actually scan through your day to kind of see if you can work out what your regular habits are and which ones are positive and which ones are negative. For example, some of my regular habits, again, are the basic ones, like shower, getting up in the morning, having breakfast, working, cleaning the house, connecting with other people, looking after myself, my morning rituals, which some of you might not do morning rituals, but that's like a regular habit. So, some positive habits are obviously showering, self-care, my morning rituals, working, they're all positive habits. But a negative habit can still be of mine is rushing at times. I still find myself rushing at times, which is a negative habit. And, worrying about time. So there's some negative habits that I still have. Because let's be honest, none of us are perfect and we all have stuff that comes up from time to time. So I still feel a bit overwhelmed by time at times. And that causes me to, rush a little bit. That's, my response. Time triggers a habit of rushing. So also see if you can work out out of, you know, your habits, what's the trigger to those habits? What's the trigger to the positive habits? And what's the trigger to the negative habits? Because also, if you know the trigger, that can also help you remove the negative habits if you're able to remove that trigger or to question that trigger to release the power that that trigger has. And, you know, I want you to also ask yourself, what are the purpose of the negative habits that you have? What are the purpose of these negative habits? For example, you know, the purpose of, you know, rushing and worrying about time is that I feel like the more that I rush and the more that I worry about time, the more it will keep me in a bit of fear, and the more that and that means I'm more likely to get more done. I'm more likely to be on top of everything. So then I'm more likely to have time to do other things and get things done. And then, you know, if I do want time off, I'm more likely to be able to have time off because I've had more time to do more things. So yeah, I hope like these examples also help you out as well. But yeah, really just explore, you know, what are the negative habits you do and what's the purpose? You need to know the purpose so you're able to get that purpose in another way. And how can you get what the negative habit gives you in another way? So time, for example, I could get more time in another way by probably prioritizing, you know, my time better. Maybe getting up a little bit earlier as well can give me more time. And, you know, just batching my time better, and probably more rest as well, because the more rest you have, the more you have time to process and get creative and think about new things. So then you're less likely to take so long to come up with things. And, you know, a big negative habit of mine in the past was, you know, overeating, and that would give me the joy, happiness that I wouldn't get elsewhere. And I could get like happiness and, you know, joy from other things, like from doing internal things, because happiness at the core needs to come within, right? We can't wait for anyone or anything externally to make us happy. We'll constantly be waiting, we'll constantly be having up and down moments because we're relying on an external thing to make us happy, you know, whether that's money, whether that's a partner, whether that's family, whether that's our friends, whether that's our dog. If we're constantly waiting for something external to bring us happiness, then it's constantly going to be up and down. So happiness needs to come within. So I could get what the negative habit of overeating was giving me in another way, but getting happiness internally by, you know, celebrating everything that's going right in my life, celebrating what I can be grateful for, and feeling into that and cultivating that feeling of, you know, gratitude and happiness and celebrating myself. See, that creates happiness. And doing generally what I want to do and what my hobbies are. If I do what my hobbies are and what I'm interested in, that also creates more happiness. And the more I express and use that happiness emotion, the stronger it gets and the easier it is to feel. So I hope you guys are all getting, you know, the handle on this. And I also want you to let me know, what are the positive habits that you want to be able to create? Let me know what positive habits you are wanting to create. And, you know, it can be really difficult to, you know, build good habits, especially if you want to be able to stick to them long term. So I just wanted to share with you some simple strategies that can help you build good habits, create good habits and maintain them, and break the bad ones. So it's also really good when you think about, you know, what the positive habits you want to create. It's really good to start small and to start with a habit that's really easy, that's kind of hard to not do. Because the most important part of habit building is staying consistent. So start with something that's really, really simple, that is really easy to, you know, stay consistent in. And also know that it's okay to just do it even if it's not done well, because that's still building that habit, still building that muscle, and it's still staying consistent. So start with something that's simple, it's easy to say no to, and don't focus on doing it perfectly. Just focus on doing it. And 2, it's about, you know, taking some time to, you know, really understand what is holding you back. What's holding you back from being able to create these habits? You know, is it a thought holding you back from achieving the goal / habit? Like, I don't have time, or I don't like exercising, I'm not good enough. You know, break that habit down, break the thoughts down to find out what the real problem is. Such as asking, why isn't this habit possible? What makes you feel that it's not possible? And say, time came up. Why can't you make time from it? And then ask yourself, isn't it important enough? How can I make it important? What are my priorities? And when you know what your priorities are, that will also help you see what sort of habits you're more likely to create based on your priorities, or what habits you need to create. Maybe you weren't happy to create a habit, but then you realize, shit, I need to create this because it's one of my priorities. So getting clear on your priorities can really help you there as well. And these questioning techniques also help you to make the new goal or habit more aligning to you, more aligning to what your actual goals and desires are. Because it's so important to know what is holding you back, so you're able to create the new habit and stick to it. If you don't know what's holding you back, what's been stopped you from creating in the past, or why you don't want to create it, it's going to be really hard to build that new habit and to stick with it as well. And then, you know, number 3 is about developing a plan for when things go wrong. You know, when building a new habit, there is no need to be perfect, right? Everyone has times when things don't go to plan, right? It's about learning not to judge yourself and instead focusing on a plan to get back on track as fast as possible. Because if you don't develop a plan for when things go wrong, and if you put yourself down for when things go wrong, for when you fall to the bandwagon, when you miss a day, then you're less likely to get started again. So develop a plan to support you when things go wrong, so you're able to process that and be okay with that and get started again, rather than making that one time something goes wrong derail you and make you give up all the hard work that you've done, and kind of give up and and stop you from having that sense of failing. And, you know, there's 3 strategies to help with deadlines, and it's about, you know, scheduling time rather than deadlines, right? If you schedule deadlines, that can create like a negative energy and a negative thought process. So rather schedule time to do things. And this is also where, you know, time blocking helps. And if you're anything like me and time does, you know, affect you sometimes, this is where, you know, scheduling your day a bit more and your time a bit more and prioritizing a bit more helps to make sure you've got more time to do the important things, so you don't have to rush, so you don't have to rush and feel overwhelmed and everything like that. And, you know, forget about performance and focus on just doing the best you can and, you know, creating a new identity. There's no need to be perfect, and perfect doesn't exist. So forget about performance and being perfect and needing to get it right in a certain amount of times or get it right straight away. Just focus on building that new identity and building that new positive habit, and just knowing that in time you will get better. And that you know, there's no one set way to do anything, right? There's no set way. There's no black or white. There's so many different ways to do multiple different things. So it's about finding what's right for you and just focusing on creating that new identity. Because how you identify yourself is really, really crucial on your healing journey as well. If you're identifying as an anxious person, as a stressed person, as you know, not good enough, is ugly, or whatever you're identifying, is that will be what you create. That will be what your subconscious mind goes searching for and creates. So be really careful with what you identify as. And you can also focus on making it a motto, your new motto, to never miss twice. Because occasionally things are going to go wrong and maybe you'll miss one day of a habit. But instead of thinking, I'm going to give up because I failed, I wasn't consistent, keep it as a motto, as a learning, as an affirmation to never miss twice. Occasionally you'll miss, but you're not going to miss it the next day. And even if you fall off the bandwagon more than once, if you keep that motto, instead of falling off multiple days at once, you might fall off once and then you get back into it, and then if something else comes up and you fall off, you'll again get back into it, rather than missing once and then missing multiple days in a row and then giving up. And I want you to start identifying, you know, what is holding you back the most in life at the moment. Is it a particular habit? Is it a particular thought, a particular person, environment? Is it your work? What is holding you back the most in life? Is it your need for certainty? Because a lot of the times while we stay stuck in, you know, chronic anxiety and, you know, bad habits and don't create change and don't get the support we need to change, because we crave that certainty and that predictability. And healing, doing the healing work, getting support is not certain. You don't 100% know if it's going to work. You don't know what process the coach or whoever you see is going to take you through and if it's going to work. So it's quite uncertain, right? So really get clear on what is holding you back. Is it uncertainty? Is it time? Is it fear? Is it money? And start to ask, is whatever it is holding you back, is that more important than creating the life of your dreams? Is that more important than creating a life of inner peace, happiness, confidence, trust, and belief in yourself and self-love for yourself? You only live once, right? Would you rather stay stuck where you are just to, you know, just to have money, or just to be certain about your outcome? Being certain about your outcome is boring if it means that you don't get change and you're stuck in your own mundane ways and you can't grow and learn and develop. How boring. I love uncertainty now. It's a beautiful opportunity for so many different things and opportunities and things to come your way, rather than being certain. If I stayed in certainty, I would still be stuck in chronic anxiety. I would still be, you know, living with my mom or living in shared houses. Like, I wouldn't have my own place. I wouldn't have started my business. I'd, you know, still be working in aged care. Just so many different things. My life would just be so different. So really take the time to think about that. And also ask yourself, right, it's important to start small here as well so you don't overwhelm yourself. So what is the number one habit you want to focus on releasing? What's the number one habit that you want to focus on releasing? And what is the number one habit that you'd want to replace it with? So, you know, I want to replace rushing, right? So I could replace rushing with getting up earlier and scheduling my day a bit better. And, you know, think about it. Rushing is so common. A lot of us, you know, sleep for as long as we can, and then we start our days off in a rushed state, and we don't have time for, you know, a morning routine. We don't have a day to set mindset up for the day. So then the whole day starts off in a stressed, rushed state, and that's obviously not good. I'm good to the point where I do have time for my rituals, but I don't get up early enough to have time for the rituals, plus to have time to get everything else done that I want to get done in my day. So also here, it can be really important to work out if you're more of a morning person or if you're more of a nighttime person. So you can get more stuff done either first thing in the morning or, you know, before bed. That can also help as well, help with getting more things done and having more time focusing when you're more productive and when you're more likely to be able to get things done. And again, just remember to start small. We want this to be achievable for you and for you not to give up and fall off the bandwagon and think it's too hard. So just start with one habit you want to focus on removing, and one habit that you want to focus on creating. And just see how you can start fitting that new habit into your day, and keep record of it. Because what can also help here is doing the habit. It doesn't have to be, but it can help remind you if you start doing this new habit at the same time every day. And you can also, maintain it by habit stacking, by stacking it to a habit that's already formed. Like if you want to start doing the habit in the morning, you could habit stack it, for example, with brushing your teeth. Say you want to be able to process your emotions better and understand your thoughts so they don't spiral. You could, for example, habit stack journaling your thoughts with brushing your teeth in the morning. So not only will you be more likely to remember it because you're habit stacking it, but also because you're doing it at the same time every day. So there's always ways to make it a bit more easier to make it a bit more attainable and, easy to remember. And there are many ways to categorize habits, right? There we have mental habits, we have physical habits, we have emotional habits and social habits. And certain habits we do at different times. Some habits we do every morning, every night, once a week, once a day. We all have different habits and different types, and we do them at different times throughout our day, throughout our lives. So it's also really important, obviously I want you to write about this now, but I want you to start with focusing on one habit to create now. But for in the future, start to focus on creating habits for different categories. Like, what are some mental habits that you can create? And what are some physical habits that you can create? And what are some emotional habits you can create? And what are some social habits that you can create? And I'd love for you to share with me in the comments, what your habits and everything are as well. Because the more you share, the more I can support you, the more you keep yourself accountable as well, and the more you can help other women see that they're not alone. So I'd love for you to share with me, what some habits are that you want to create. And feel free to, write it all down now and write down what you can, but expand on this later, right? Because the more time you expand on it, the more time you'll be able to think, and the more time you'll be able to get clear on exactly what habits you want to create. So, after maybe rewatch this, find a quiet space and get 100% clear. And, do you currently have a morning rituals routine? I really would like to know that as well, because that can be really powerful as well. For, starting your day off right can be a really powerful new habit to create, to have a bit of that morning ritual routine. Or again, if you're a nighttime person, do you have a nightly rituals routine? Or maybe you have both. Because, in the ideal world, it'd be amazing to have both, right? To set a day up right at the start of the day and to end our day on the right note, and to be able to get a good sleep, right? And process our day. But it's also important to realize that's not realistic for everyone. So even just, picking a morning rituals routine if you're more a morning person, or, a nightly rituals routine if you're more of a night person. And, morning rituals can, be really good for our overall health and well-being. And, they help get our mind and body in alignment for the day. And this helps us learn how to master our external and internal world. So, external things can happen without throwing us off the bandwagon and ruining our whole day. Like, right, you could be running late to work, and instead of exploding and getting angry and beeping at people and crashing and going through a red light, you'd be able to handle that external experience of a red light much better, for example. And, you know, morning rituals help by changing your state and getting you to focus on 3 key components, like your psychology. So this is like your physiology, So this is like your body and all your body systems and how you show up and how you present yourself. Do you present yourself hunched? Do you present yourself standing up straight and looking confident? You know, how do you hold your body? How do you hold your arms? And then there's focus, because where your focus goes is where your energy flows. So it's really important to have a morning practice that focuses on your psychology, so how you're showing up, that, you know, gets you to focus and gets you to focus on positive things to bring them into your reality, and also that focuses on your language, so how you're showing up and your language throughout the day and your language in that moment, and just having a positive, you know, mindset and language and positive self-talk and outlook on the world, and, you know, being able to, you know, change your perspective essentially. So I'd love for you to let me know in the comments, you know, which one of these do you struggle with the most? Do you feel, you know, you struggle with your physiology? Do you feel like you just show up in a negative way and you don't know how to use your body in a positive way? Do you think you focus on the wrong things? Or do you think that your language needs work and you're mostly thinking negative things about yourself, about the world, about other people, about work? Let me know in the comments as well, because the more we talk about this, the more we open up the conversation to help you, help other people, and to just create that deep connection with each other, right? That deep connection and trust, right? Because we all love and crave that love and connection. So why not give it to each other here? Why not give it to each other here and now? And we're going to finish off this live with a healthy habits meditation. So I'm going to put some music on. I hope that's not too loud. I'll give you a few moments to get comfortable. Okay, so let's begin by settling your body into a position that's relaxed and alert. And as you do this, I invite you to bring your attention to your breath, pulling your mind out of your thoughts and all around you into the space you're in and into your breath. And into the natural, easy rhythm of your breathing. And focus even further on your breathing by counting every breath in and out until you get to 5. And feel the warmth in your body as you're presenting the oxygen into your body, and as if you're taking your breath throughout your whole body. And let the warmth of your oxygen and of your breath fill up your whole body. And let it sink you further into a position of peace and calm and present, and being present in the moment. Now see if you can imagine yourself sitting at a table and your body feels comfortable at this table and your mind is at ease. And as you look at the table in front of you, you notice 2 big bowls. The one on your right is filled with a luscious array of fruit, apples, bananas, mangoes, cherries, and any other fruits that you can imagine. And I want you to focus on observing the bowl. See the vibrant colors, the perfectly ripe redness of the fruit, and imagine yourself taking a bite out of your favorite fruit, out of the favourite fruit that speaks out to you the most. Feel it nourishing you. Feel it refreshing you. And take a moment to notice how your body feels in this moment. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? And how does your spirit feel? These are healthy habits. All those little things you do to take care of yourself from the inside and out. This is what it takes to feel good and eat well. Drink plenty of water. Move your body. Give yourself quiet time. Cultivate positive thoughts. Speak kindly to yourself and to others. And let yourself feel fully good. Feel how fully good it is to be here in this moment and in the nourishment of these powerful thoughts and habits. Now go ahead and observe the table again. This time, let your gaze fall upon the bowl on the left. This bowl is also filled with fruit. And right away, you reach your hand out to take it. But as you look closer, you notice the fruit is overripe, brown, and covered in mold. You bring your hand back without needing to taste them. You know this fruit is not suitable for your body, your mind, or your spirit. Let yourself sit in that knowing, in that crystal clear knowing and understanding that what you just saw before your eyes was not empowering or nourishing for you. Now observe yourself sitting at the table again, still with both the bowls of the fruit in front of you. And take a deep breath in. And as you do, feel yourself deeply connecting to the center of you, the part of you who knows who you are, your true self. This is a woman who knows what choice is right for her today. The woman who is confident as she reaches for the bowl, knowing it will truly enhance her. This is a woman who loves herself so much. She knows that even if she chooses the wrong bowl today, that she's still a good person. And that she can always come here again and choose differently. This is a woman who has learned to pause, to take a deep breath, and to make choices in according to what she feels her soul is calling for. This woman is you. So take a deep breath in and out. Feel yourself relaxing deeper and deeper into yourself. And wiggle your fingers and toes as you ease yourself out of the meditation and back into your day. And bring your hands to your heart and bow your head down to end our time today. And as you end your time today, end it with an intention. And I'd love for you to let me know in the comments how you found that meditation and what intention you're going to end that meditation with. What intention did you put in place during that meditation? Let me know in the comments. And I'd love for you to know, how are you feeling about habit building right now? Are you feeling more empowered that, your negative habits aren't as hard to remove as you thought? Are you feeling better that empowering habits are more easy to create, and maybe why you're finding it difficult. Maybe it's because you're being too hard on yourself. Maybe it's because you're not questioning your thoughts. You're not setting up the right intention for your day. Maybe you don't have the support to create them. Maybe you're looking at them the wrong way. Are you seeing that it's okay to start small and there's multiple ways to make this process more easier? Let me know. Let me know if this resonates with you, if you're seeing that habit building isn't as hard as it seemed, and how powerful habit building is when it comes to, you know, turning your life around. I know it's hard though, right? Because you're so comfortable in the current situation that you're in. The current situation that you're in basically is a habit that you're comfortable in. It's what your mind knows. It's what your brain, your ego, and predictability knows, because it likes to stay in what's known and what it feels is comfortable, but essentially is uncomfortable because it's not a nice place to be in. But to your brain and your ego, it's comfortable and it's safe because your brain just cares about survival. It doesn't care about what makes you feel good, what makes you happy, what helps you reach your goals, what helps you be able to go on holidays and feel happiness, inner peace, confidence, belief, and trust in yourself. It just cares in making you want to survive. But I'm sure there's been other times you've done something that's uncomfortable and that's felt unpredictable, but you've done it anyway, right? You've gotten outside your comfort zone, you've gotten outside of comfortability, and you've done it anyway, and it's worked out really well, I bet. Take a moment to think about a time that's happened in the past. And you know how scary it felt, but how good it felt afterwards. Well, that can happen again. That can happen again. You just have to take that leap again and trust in yourself and trust in me, because I'm here with you and I've got you. You've got this. You can do it. You don't need to stay stuck and settle anymore. You don't need to stay stuck in uncomfortable situations because they're comfortable, because they feel known to you. And I know, you know, it's hard to, you know, let go of anxiety, as it gives you that feeling of safety, that feeling of being on edge to keep yourself safe, of being in the predictable, and about knowing what's going to happen and controlling what's going to happen. But, you know, what if there was another way to live? What if there was another way to live rather than being stuck in anxiety and fear and control? What if there was another way? Would you want to know what it is? Let me know in the comments. And I also want to let you know what the action steps are to be eligible for one of the prizes, because if you complete these action steps, you actually win a free breakthrough session with me where we can release a negative emotion such as fear, anger, hurt, and guilt that's coming up for you, or another one, or a limiting belief that's coming up for you, which are some common ones for me, or being ugly, dumb, worthless. So if you'd like to win a free session, get free support to learn what it's all about and see the changes this work can make, all you have to do is comment in the Facebook group as a live or video what some of your regular habits are, what habits you want to get rid of, and what's a new habit you're going to start to create. How simple is that? So freaking simple. And just by doing that, you receive a free breakthrough session from me. Maybe you're not doing the healing work because you're scared to invest, because you don't trust yourself to find the right coach. You don't trust me as a coach, whatever it is. This free session that you can win is one way to show yourself that you can trust me and that you can make right decisions when you go through this free session and you actually get results from it and see how powerful this work is and how it can already start to shift your life in as little as one session. So totally do that if you want to start making changes and if you want free support, right? Because let's face it, not many people offer free support right anymore, unless it's not very good support, as only if it doesn't really make changes. So if you want free one-on-one support, then now is your chance to get it. All you have to do is answer what your regular habits are, what habits you want to get rid of, and what's a new habit you're going to create. So freaking simple, and the outcome from it is bloody amazing. So I'm guessing at this point you're probably seeing, right, that you're currently stuck because you're not, you know, doing the mindset work, the body connection work, the nervous system regulation work, and the habit work. And you're probably seeing how important all of this is to healing your anxiety. And, you know, it might not be for everyone, but for those of you that it might be perfect for, I would like to extend an invitation for you to join my 12-week program called How to Rewrite Your Anxiety, which follows the 12-week process of the Rewrite Your Anxiety method, which focuses on the mindset work, the body connection work, the nervous system regulation work, and the habit building work. So let me know if this is something that you're interested in, that you want to learn more about. Amazing. So I'm going to introduce to you the Rewrite Your Anxiety program. So it's a 12-week program to help women master their mindset, build a deep connection with their body, regulate their nervous system, and create sustainable habits using the Rewrite Your Anxiety method. So this program will help you create a deep connection to your body and breath. It will help you regulate your nervous system. It will help you regulate your emotions and pick up on the signs and symptoms when something's wrong. It will help you create a life of inner peace, happiness, and confidence, trust and belief in yourself, a deep sense of love for yourself and others, daily positive habits, a healthy relationship with food and your body. You'll also get a library full of guided meditations, unlimited tech support, and a bonus deep journaling session. And the total value of this course is $12,000. But obviously I'm not going to charge you that much. But that's how much I personally spend on myself, over $12,000. But also because you've been part of this live training, I have a special opportunity for you. For the first people that sign up, I'm offering a bonus free one-on-one coaching call with me valued at over $100. And not only that, you also get a free bonus hypnosis recording tailored to you and your new goals and beliefs. So all you're going to have to do to take up this incredible offer is to book a free call with me that I'll pop. Book a free call with me if you want to learn more. I'll pop the link in the description box below after this live, or just send me a DM and say ready and we can schedule our first call. But if you want to learn more and find out if this is right fit for you, book a free call at the link. But you do need to do this as part of the first 5 people, or within the next 7 days before the sale before the sale vanishes, because I currently have a sale going on of up to $200 off the purchase price of my program, as well as this bonus one-on-one session valued over $100. Plus, if you complete the action steps, remember, you also get a free session as well. So you could pay for 12 sessions and actually end up getting 14 sessions. So how freaking cool is that? So, you know, if you're ready to take a leap out of your comfort zone to finally be able to create the life that you want and get everything you need all in one, so you don't need to purchase 50 million different programs. If you want to get all of it you need in one, if you want to get unlimited tech support from me, a library full of guided meditations, a bonus anxiety hypnosis session, and 12 weeks of weekly calls, and with an extra 2 weeks, then you know this deal is for you. And I will also offer some answer some frequently asked questions for those of you that are wondering. So the 12-week program is an ongoing program. You know, it's a one-on-one program, so you can start at any time as long as there are spots available. And when you sign up, we can work out a most convenient time for you to have our weekly sessions. During this program, you get a lot of access to me. You get the weekly calls, you get the unlimited tech support, you get the library full of guided meditations, you get a bonus journaling session, as well as a anxiety hypnosis session. And maybe you're feeling you don't have time, right? And I get it. I even said that time is been a bit of my enemy as well. But what I've found to be true is that when you work on healing yourself, yes, it takes a little bit of time in the beginning, but it actually gives you so much more time and freedom in the long run, because you're able to think more clearly, you're able to get things done, you're able to trust yourself more, so you spend less time in your head and more time in your body and more time in the present moment. You're able to trust yourself more, feel more confidence, you get more things done, you're able to, you know, create better friendships, better connections with people, and enjoy things more and enjoy your life more. So it does take up a little bit of time in the beginning, but it gives you so much time in the long run. And again, it's only 1 session per week of around 60 minutes. So ultimately that doesn't take that much time, right? Not that much time at all. So I really invite you, what's more important, having that 60 minutes of extra hours per week, or being able to create the life of your dream and having way more time to see friends, to see family, to create deep relationships, to be able to create a job that you want, to be happy, to be peaceful, to be present? What is more important to you? And one more time, when you join the 12-week program, you get a deep connection to your body and breath. You get a regulated nervous system. You get a process to use to help you regulate your emotions on your own and pick up on the signs and signals when something's going wrong. You get a life filled of inner peace and happiness and confidence. You get to develop belief and trust in yourself. You get a deep sense of love for yourself and for others. You get a good relationship with food and your body. You get daily positive habits to support you in everyday life. You get a library full of guided meditations, unlimited tech support, a bonus deep journaling session. And the total value of this course is $12,000, but I'm obviously not charging you that much. And, you know, if you're one of the first 5 people to sign up, plus you complete the action steps, you pay for 12 sessions, and you can pay either weekly or upfront, and you get actual 14 sessions as well as a bonus tailored anxiety hypnosis to your goals and your needs. So if you're ready to take up this offer, be quick, available for the first 5 people only, or in the next 7 days. I'll pop the link in the comments to book a free call. Or if you're ready to just do it and move ahead, send me a DM saying I'm ready. And just to let you know, like, this program really is the cheapest that it will ever be. So now's your opportunity to do it. One, you know, you get 2 extra sessions. It's the cheapest it will ever be, and it's currently on sale. And I'm always constantly growing and up learning, so that's why it's the cheapest it will never ever be. I'm always doing more learning. At the moment, I'm doing extra trauma training as well. I've already got trauma training under my belt, but I'm actually doing extra trauma training at the moment as well. I've done lots of trigger training lately. There's so much training that I'm doing, so I keep up-leveling, getting better and better, and investing in myself more and more. So therefore, my program improves and the prices increase as well. So feel free to reach out to me if now's your chance. You know, you can always make more money, right? And you can always get more time, but you can't always get your mental health back. And, you know, if you don't look after your body, you can get serious illnesses and problems in your body that don't necessarily get better. Like, I've already got hormone issues, plus other issues from suffering from chronic anxiety for 14 years that I'm going to have to live for the rest of my life. And I don't want that for you. So just say yes to yourself to finally get over this chronic anxiety and to be healthy and live the life that you're here and you deserve to live. If not to do it for you, do it for your family, do it for your friends, do it for your partners, for your kids. But you've got this, and I believe in you. And I can't wait to hear your action steps in the group. And if you have any questions, comment them below as well. Okay, bye for now.